your life.
That's all right. You're all in the wrong place. But do you know the funniest thing is, Captain, you're actually in Mr. Pickle's square doing that. So you're
I had to
actually
make my own. I had to make my own photo. But this time I hired a painter to do it, so I had to stay in there for a bit.
Mr. Pickles. Have you dyed your cat?
No, this is Sage. She's my wife's cat, but she's realized she can come hang out with me sometimes.
Ah,
And this is what she does.
she's almost like the wrong color to be called Sage.
Yeah, technically. But I wasn't the namer here.
Well, yeah, we'll forgive you. I don't think I've ever seen the black cat.
She's very fearful.
Is she? Is she a bit nervy?
Yeah, she always thinks I'm going to stomp on her. Just 'cause I'm a giant. I've never stomped on her. She just flees like a giant's coming. She's like, oh, I'm going to be killed.
Is that because you're banging your feet on the floor? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Let me just turn off Muscle Pickles on this one as well and move everybody around. Da, da, da. And Captain needs to come down one. And then Mr. Pickles and Sage can
So
move.
talk about TPKs. If that can meet us tonight. We've not discussed.
Have you not?
No, we've not talked about what we're going to do. No.
Oh dear, this is there'll be an interesting part to the first of the beginning of the session then, as you all try desperately to think. I think I like the black cat more than the grey colour cat. I think it's I think she fits into the screen better. So thank you to Electric.
You're racist.
No!
I thought it was very progressive.
Yeah, very progressive. That's it.
Maybe too progressive.
Thank you to Electric Messiah, who's just subbed again to me for 12 months. I will sing the thank you song for you tomorrow, Electric Messiah. And yeah, let me know what colour sticker you would like. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back. We are currently playing a role-playing game called M Space. That stands for Mithras in Space. So it's literally the Mithras rule set in space, and the party
Mithras in space.
That was a great television program. Was that part of the Muppet Show?
Was it one-off?
Or was it like a one-off thing?
Yeah, I think so, but very good.
I'm never too sure, but
Pigs in space!
it was a takeoff, wasn't it, of Star Trek?
Star Trek, yeah.
Yeah. So the party are on in a system called now even the chat's now going pigs in space. The party are on in the Levito system, and they are currently on a planet called Arid, and they've been investigating or following up on a total of 3 jobs at the moment. They're sort of like multitasking between 3 jobs, and we got to a very interesting part last week when a certain predicament has come to light, and we left it there. But before I tell you what it was, and to start off with, I'm going to allow the players an opportunity to say who they are and who they will be playing tonight. And we'll start off, as always, with you, Mr. Pickles.
I'm Mr. Pickles, and
The
I play
cat
Zach
lover.
Newman. Actually, I have all 3 cats in this room right now, but none of them can see each other. That's how they like it.
Are they also like facing the walls?
One of them's under a blanket on the bed over there. One of them's in the window, and then Sage is right here.
Under a blanket?
Yeah, he likes his privacy, so when he comes in here, I put a blanket on him like he demands.
Oh, bless him. Is it one of these that he's got his head underneath the blanket, but you can see the rest of him, but he sort of like thinks he's totally invisible? Is that what he's doing?
He thinks he's invisible, but you can't see any of him outside of it. He just is this big lump. underneath a blanket.
That is absolutely unbelievable. Anyway,
It works on the other cats. They just see the lump and go, "Huh, what a weird blanket," and move on.
Exactly, amazing.
The
Anyway,
most selfish creature ever. Sorry.
yeah.
Anyways, I
Yeah.
play Zach Newman, who is our team's muscle and physical character. He's got brawn, athletics. He's usually the one who's able to hide things and get a little bit of sleight of hand. I like to imagine that when we play cards between adventures, he's the one dealing the cards, and nobody really cares, even if he does it fancy, because they've got better things going on. Newman is very good at using his medium revolver, his shotgun, and stun baton. Those are his three main weapons, though he's getting a little bit better on unarmed, as like all of us are. No, last experience round, we all spent some points on unarmed. We're all brawling when we lose at
And for some people, it paid off.
We both rolled a 1.
That's true.
That was a
Lots
good
of ones
fight.
to roll.
It was cool, yeah.
Newman's pretty insightful and he has good perception, but he's not very good with people. He tends to be seen as what he once was, an ex-law enforcer is what he is now, I guess I should say. He knows the law pretty well. He's streetwise, but besides just threatening to arrest people, he's not terribly good at extracting information. He's more of an observant character in that respect. He doesn't know much about technology, but if we had a spaceship, he would be our turret gunner, shooting missiles and beams in space. And with that, I'm going to throw the microphone to Captain Kangaroo.
Hey everybody, I'm Captain Kangaroo. I am playing Arthur Hammond. He is our elderly complainer. He's he's the guy that goes rely on to like say, hey, you know what? Back in my day. He could also he's also the guy that can make up for Mr. Pickle's character's flaws, which is he's actually good at technology. Ironically, even though he's the old guy, usually it's the older people don't really know too much. Anyways, it's fine.
You just be careful. You just
boomers.
be careful.
But he's kind of a jack of all trades, as I usually say. He's he's both in engineering and tinkering with other things like mechanics and whatnot. So he's the kind of guy you go to if you want something built, but maybe something you can't really buy, I guess. But he's also, if we did have a ship captain, we would he'd be the guy that would be fixing things on the ship that we don't have. So from there, I'm going to pass it to our captain of our non-existing ship, Medevac.
You could make them out of paper. I'm Medivac, and I played James Minsk. Unlike these two, one wonderful person, I'm not a fighter. As Arthur learned last week, I can kick butt when needed.
That's not the only thing you kick. If
It's hanging low. It's good for a blow. Oh no! That's not
It's hanging extra low, but that's just it.
I just feel like.
I'm the
captain.
I am the captain. I am the talker, the lover, the persuader. I'm the person who will give you what you want if you give me something back as well. I'm very good at flying, although I've not done that yet, but I can drive a speeder like nobody else. I would rather prefer to talk myself out of a fight rather than get into a fight. But I also do deal with the seedier sides of life. I do have connections in the criminal underground, not an arid, unfortunately, but I do have these inklings of what I know. My streetwise is very good. I'm quite deceitful. Or am I? You never know. Yeah.
Gun.
Gun. Sorry, sidetrack. I do have my one gun, which is my flick out pistol, which is on my wrist. And if I trigger a certain muscle, it shoots out into my hand, and I can shoot people. I'm not very good at fighting. I have my slap attack. And that's really about me. Because it's all about me, really, isn't it?
It's all about you.
Yes. And with that, I shall pass on to Purdy.
So the party are accompanied by Purdy, who is a robot, as you can see from the screen, and she is a medical robot with general etiquette and a developing skill in politics. She's generally there just to patch up wounds, inject adrenaline when need, and to butt in probably when she's not at all wanted. But she is an important part of the group, and nobody is allowed to send her in first to see whether or not they get killed or anything. So the party are currently on 3 jobs. They have 3 jobs that they are wondering whether or not they're all connected, all separate, or totally different. So the first job was from the Dry Gypsy, which is a pub on the outskirts of Arid. And the pub belongs to the manager called Box. And Box has employed the group to deal with a group of Dune Riggers that come in from out across the sands and generally cause trouble in the bar. And the party have been hired to deal with them. The second job that they have is from a certain Claude Debec, who is the owner of an ore mining company called Debec Ore. This was once quite popular and quite financially viable on the planet, but has generally had a bit of a dip. Anyway, Claude has hired the party to deal with a certain group of individuals that are using Debec Ore's mining and mine shafts for not very nice work. And so he has hired the party for that. And then finally, they had a strange group of people come to the door. There were 4 of them dressed completely in black robes, head to foot, with black perspex over their faces that reflected whoever was looking at them back. They are called the Sons of Blackstar. 4 of them go around together, are called Seekers, and they are seeking something that they call the Ward. W-A-R-D. The Ward is the chosen one, the person that will protect and save the Sons of Blackstar from the end devastation when something, a star actually transforms into a black star and wipes out the universe as we know it, apart from, of course, the Sons of Blackstar. They do have men, females and males within the organization, but generally they are all called Sons of the Blackstar. So the party have been hired by the Sons of Blackstars to locate the Ward, the person that they think is the Redeemer, the Savior, somebody who's going to save them. They have seen a picture of her who was sort of like tied up and gagged, and that's about it. So last adventure, the party have located where the Dune Riggers are after they did a pretend fight outside that caused a distraction. If you want to see that pretend fight, I've put the highlights in the chat for you so you can look at it. And Newman managed to place a tracker on one of the speeder bikes, and the party have followed. It was tracked by a drone, and they've managed to get out there, and they have parked their hover vehicle a certain distance away and headed to the entrance of the mine. Once they got close, they found some boardings, some signs that were down in the ground, and Newman, using his brawn, lifted them up, and sure it is, it's the Beck Ores area. They started to go into the mine, and where we left it last time was that they had gone down the mine tunnel, and they suddenly saw ahead of them the tunnel continued, and it could be lit. And it could be lit by motion sensors. There were motion sensors down both sides of the mine corridor, staggered one after the other. So as anybody went through, there was no need to click lights on or anything like that. They would actually come on. And that is where we left the party last time. And just before we get on, so I got this last adventure, this is for the party as well, all ready to go onto YouTube, typed it all up, pressed published, and it was locked by YouTube, saying that I had breached their spam and security, their spam and illegal whatever policy on the video, and therefore it was locked. Luckily, I didn't get a strike, because if you get a strike, that's it, you can't monetize. But you won't believe what it was. You will not believe what it was. So Claude Debec must be a real person somewhere. And it was...
Did they Google themselves?
Well, it was on... I had typed it into the description, and they were saying that I had used his name in the description, but the video was not about him. And so once I'd removed Claude Debec from the description, it was absolutely fine. So
you need to put a disclaimer in that case. YouTube is so quick to go, oh!
Yeah, exactly.
I've had copyright breaches on a piece of music which I own because it has 2 bars that are linked to some Russian and some Brazilian music.
Oh, I see. That sort of music.
It might not be best to attack Google and YouTube right now, guys, if they're going to be watching our videos. I think YouTube is fantastic and no issue whatsoever. And I just
I think they are the best people around ever. And please give me partnership. Yeah, so we'll pick up. You are in the tunnel. Purdy, I think, is with you, but you can prove me wrong if you told her to stay in the car.
I think we do need her if we're going to
Yeah,
get shot.
she's with us. Yeah.
Yeah. And so you've gone down, if you remember, you've gone down the entrance. There's a bit of an incline or decline as you go in, and you've sort of started to go, then you've stopped when you've suddenly seen the sensors on both sides of the tunnel. Several things that I can give you a little bit more information now. They all seem to be on the same height. That's the first thing. Quite low to the ground, about 50 centimeters up from the ground. They are staggered one side to the other, and it appears that they are the lights as well. So the lights are not sort of up top that come on, they actually light from the side of the tunnels. And
So it's purely for the speeders, so when they can shoot and have the lights turned on so they can see where they're going.
Yeah, it's probably so they don't have to add lights or anything like that. They would probably be triggered straight away as they come down. But most importantly as well, once they've been triggered, you guess that after a while being on, they're naturally going to go off. And so they don't have to keep coming up and down this place to turn lights on and off. Somebody did make a perception roll or scanner roll beforehand, just so to clarify, there's no cameras were found in that scan. So there's no sort of like hidden cameras that you could see or your scans actually identified. The only other thing that I will say at this point is that this is a makeshift setup. You know, they're not sunken into the wall or anything like that. They're on brackets. It looks like somebody's taken a hammer drill and gone into the side to attach them, probably on brackets. And there appears to be the characteristic loops of wire going between them. It's not something that they spent hours actually submerging into the walls of the mine or anything like that. You're about, we'll say, 5 meters or so away from the first one. There's no, from where you can see, you've got your back lit from outside at the moment, so you can see a little way in to this point, but that's it. If you carry on going without light sources, then it will be dark. And then that's it. Finally, you can't see that the tunnel branches or anything within your vision. Okay, yeah, go for it.
So the two courses of action here. We can either avoid the light and step over we can clearly see where the triggers are, and proceed this way, or we can light the whole tunnel up. But we do have our handheld torches.
Why can't we just cut the wires?
We could, but then we would have no vision. And I just checked our inventory from the first adventure. We do have goggles, but they're light intensifying goggles, not
correct
infrared goggles or something.
But don't we have laser lights?
But
that's only
we
for
have
our
laser
light show.
torches, but would a laser torch be enough
No,
or too much light for light intensifying goggles to see with?
I actually thought we had laser
You might
torch.
have
Yeah,
lights.
handheld laser torch.
Yeah,
So I'm assuming it's a laser torch.
So you're I think the laser torch, isn't that like a welding thing?
That's
Yeah,
what I thought.
Yeah.
I think a
the laser
better
torch.
call would be like a plasma torch would be a better thing to call it.
Yeah.
Whereas light
Rather
intensifying
than
goggles.
a click-on torch. Yeah, and you're
Newman
right.
doesn't know what technology is.
You do have light intensifying goggles. Just from what you're saying, these sensors that you assume with the lights that come on are throughout the tunnel, so it would mean stepping over them at a continuous rate, and so like a lot of times down the tunnel until you found something. And just to reinforce what Newman was saying, you would be in darkness, which it might be an issue. And Hammond, yeah, you could cut the wires. However, you don't know if anything is connected else to that wire that could be linked to security or not. There could be something, there might not be. There's no way of telling. Initially, you think it's probably just lights, but you're not too sure. They could have something set up that if the current goes, because something is cut, then that might trigger an alarm somewhere in the mine.
It could, but it could also maybe be there a way for kind of separate some of them and have some of them come towards our direction. We could maybe ambush them.
Yeah.
No, we can maybe do that. It's like, okay, well, or they could like, oh, goddamn rat got to it. Let's go fix this, and then ambush them. Or we can just then the other option is using my drone to fly above the 50 centimeters, to not set it off, and then kind of check for us. What do you guys think?
I like that last bit.
All right.
Yeah, and while it's doing that, we can always move forward slowly over the sensor.
Yeah,
I think we should scout ahead a little bit first before we activate, because the amount of what we don't know with this is like too much. Like it could trigger their security says, oh, it's lighting up, somebody's entering, or it could also trigger somebody cut the wire. So it's a
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
No
you
matter what, we don't
send the drone forward above the sensors. We can move forward slowly while stepping over the sensors.
Yeah.
oh, I
If
thought they
that's
were motion
possible.
for some reason.
Say again, sorry. I didn't hear you, your Newman.
I thought they were motion sensors.
They are.
They are. That
Oh,
has,
sorry.
I would assume
Sorry,
that's
I
part of
thought the beams. If you break the beam, it goes on.
yeah, it's think of it as you know those lights that you have outside.
Yeah.
You
It's got a
know,
little ball in the front that motion.
It's
Yeah.
a motion
Yeah.
sensor porch light essentially.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Or a home alarm.
And which drone are you sending down?
My surveillance drone.
Okay, then. Yeah. So that has its perception set up at 50%. It will be able to probably click onto infrared. It's, it'll have a range of sensors. But can I please remind you all that as you're following it down and stepping over, there, unless you take light with you, there'll be no light.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying we shouldn't really follow yet. We should just let the drone travel for a ways, then come back to us because we still have time. I'm pretty sure we're at a point where we think people are recovering from their night out.
Yeah, we're sort of like before noon, are we? That sort of time.
I think that was the goal.
Yeah.
Get them while they're hungover rather than while they're split and maybe coming
your
back.
goal was to to go when they were probably recovering rather than alert.
So no, I totally agree with that. We'll stay here, let the drone do what it needs to do.
Okay, just to let you know, just if you're watching the stream, anybody who's watching the stream is very welcome. Players, if you're there, I'm about to switch over the map so I can see it when the drone goes down, if that makes sense, and then I can describe it to you. So if you are on the channel, then just minimize it or don't look, okay, because it's coming across now.
Okay, now we'll not look.
Lisa, tell me what Ian Mills is looking at.
So I got dynamic lighting on. So okay then. So the is that the idea then, that you're sending the drone down to investigate what's further down there? Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't set up any security issues all the way down.
So it has a float module, as we know, so it can quite easily hover and going down. So the first thing I would like you to do is this is going down on autopilot, isn't it? You don't have a drone piloting skill or anything.
No, if that's a skill, no, I don't have that. I have a piloting skill.
Okay.
I can use my imagination. Imagine I am the drone.
So let's say that the surveillance drone is going down by itself. So the first thing, it can navigate this quite well. It can cope in darkness, and it clicks into its infrared. It does start clicking you off a bit of a warning at one point, because it sort of like reports back to you that there's a decline of the tunnel, and as it goes further and further down, the actual heat differential is getting less and less and less, and everything's around the side of the walls are becoming roughly the same temperature. As you sort of like keep an eye on its infrared, that's what it is now. So it's just a whole load of different colors that you can see back from the sensors. You get to the point that you stop the drone at this point, that there seems to be something opening up. It's very difficult to see on the infrared. There could be just a large open room. There could be a series of corridors or mine shafts going out. It's because of the depth underground, it's finding it really difficult to sort of like discern certain parts purely by heat differential now. Can you just roll a percentile dice for me, please, Hammond? You're looking for below 50. That's what you need.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, it seems to be hovering in this place. It's almost like awaiting for further instructions. The one thing that you have noticed as you proceeded down, that there does seem to be the remnants of some kind of track, some kind of probably for wagon buggies or wagon carts and things like that. It doesn't look like it's operational, but it looks like it's left over from the mining that was done here. So yeah, it's hovering. The height of the mine stays roughly the same. So it's managed to float over the top of all the motion. And it's really stopped to await further instructions because currently it can't engage its autopilot because it can't discern which way to go or not.
That's fine. We'll I'll describe this to my crew and see.
You can show them your online.
What does Captain want us to do? Should we?
How far away is it from us now?
Yeah, good question. You figure it must be over about and probably coming up to 1,000. About 800 meters, 900 meters. It's quite a way down, and the drone reports a steady decline into it. Yeah, or incline back up to you. Yeah.
In which case, I mean, Newman, correct me if I'm wrong, should we not just push forward now?
Yeah.
All I can think of is that coming home drunk after a 2-hour drive from the bar, this has got to be miserable for them. Walking down this long cave, even with
they don't walk.
They'll walk. They'll drive single line, single file.
Yeah.
Don't they, the bikes.
Yeah, that'd make this a lot easier. Yeah, we may as well.
The drone did a video of them shooting through the rock in a line.
Yeah, that's right. They went and so they would actually come down here and probably enjoying the risk of hitting the motion detectors low enough to put the lights on, without crashing into the ground on their hover bikes. They will probably traverse this part of the mine very quickly, probably screaming as well, for the echo, like teenagers on a roller coaster or something.
And we know as well that Dune Riggers travel in single file to hide their numbers.
Yeah. Okay, you can have that one. But just that one.
Okay. I think we should move forward. I think once like triggers, Newman should go in front. No, sorry, Purdy should go in front. No, Newman should go in front.
Actually, I think my shotgun's going to go in front.
Yeah, your shotgun's definitely going to go in front.
One thing I'm going to have sorry, I don't interrupt. My drone to do. I'm going to try to have it like hide out of sight if it could. So if we do set off some angry guys, at least we know they're coming.
Yeah.
Or they could set up for an ambush.
So your drone is probably near the ceiling in any case, but it can store high up in this area. So you're going to head down the corridor. So did you say single file? Is that going to be the plan?
Yeah.
No, well, Newman's going to go first, and we're just going to follow behind.
Yeah.
I don't think single file matters at the moment for us. We're not riding.
Yeah, okay then. So, and just so I know, where would you like Purdy in that movement?
At the rear.
Okay.
She's our she's our medic.
Yeah, cool.
Not our cannon fodder.
Okay, so
And also, I'd like to instruct Purdy to be on mute unless there's a life-threatening situation.
Oh. Okay, she will obey unless there's a life-threatening situation. Okay, then. So how are we dealing with the motion detectors? Is the idea just to go down and let them click on
Yep,
as
just
you go
walking by.
down,
Yeah.
or are you stepping over? And in which case, what are you using for a light
No,
source?
if the motion sensors, we can't step over them because it's got a wide range, I would have thought.
Quite
If
possibly.
it's a laser beam,
It's
we could have stepped over.
it's definitely
That's
not a
my
laser
thought.
beam.
Laser beam we could have stepped over, but a motion, we just walk through.
Okay, so I'm just popping you over onto. I just need to shrink your tokens a bit, and then I'm going to pop you over to a new map. And just to let you know, when you appear on the map, it should be dark. Okay, that's what should happen. So is the idea that you're going to go right way down until you get to the place that the drone is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. So let me put you onto this map, and then you can tell me whether or not you can see anything. Can you see anything?
Not yet.
I can see a coal miner in his natural habitat.
Can you see your characters? Can you
No.
see?
I can select my character down at the bottom.
I
but
see a
can't see him.
picture of Mr. Pickle's cat, but I think that's what that is.
So let's do
It's like a very dark octo cube.
I can see myself now,
Ooh.
but I can't see anything around me. I'm in a world of darkness.
Oh, I can see me. I can see clearly now.
The rain is gone. I don't see me yet.
I think
I
should
see
all
me
hold
now.
hands
I
so
see
don't get
Arthur,
lost.
that good old
Okay, so
whippersnapper.
you can see yourselves now, can't you? Yeah.
Very much.
Okay then. So I'm going to bring something on that hopefully will allow you to see a bit more.
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay, so this is the thing that lights up as you come down. And just so you know, can you see these little square pegs? Can you see
Yes.
like a lot? So those are the actual sensors. Those are the ones that are clicking on as you progress down, and you get to this point, and obviously something in this little one on this side, just over here, that clicks on, that sees it, and it sort of like triggers it off to say, oh, there's something here. Just so you know, I'm just going to turn your nameplates off, so it's not overlapping anything. You know who you are, hopefully, by now. Does somebody have control of Purdy as well?
No, just me.
I do not.
It might be too late now, but I think I assumed I was bringing my security drone with me. Yay or nay?
It's completely up to you.
I would like to have him with me.
So you've got both of them.
I just say it's a him. Why would I gender my robot? I don't
So
know.
do you have the one
You love
that's floating above? And
yeah, I have both.
okay then, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so one's currently in a static position, and where's your second one that you're bringing down with you?
It would just be with us. I'm assuming it's probably just smaller than us. But it has some blaster capabilities and might help us in a firefight.
Is this your guard bot? Is this
My
your
guard bot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's actually hovering above with its propellers going. It's
As you
letting.
say, has that been delivered yet?
No, I have a regular non-major it was
Oh,
like it was a
sorry. Yeah.
security drone.
A security drone rather than
Yeah.
I think that's the guard bot
Yeah.
is the one that has been
Orders.
ordered that has the blasters. The security drone doesn't have blasters on it at all.
Oh, it doesn't?
No.
Oh.
It's the guard bot, like Medivac was saying. That's the one that comes with 2 blasters attached with it and body armor. That is the your security drone has more sensors, and so it can actually identify people and stop them, or say don't go any further, or this is a warning. Just while you're all in this area, can you all make for me, please, just a raw... no, actually, let's not do it that way. One person roll a percentile dice. Just one person roll it.
I call him Captain.
That's a captain thing, yeah.
Captain Rollington.
Captain can do it.
Am I okay? There's the confusion. I'm saying the captain of our team. Are you guys saying me?
No, I'm saying the captain of our team. You and I
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the captain of our team.
I think Captain got confused.
I got confused. I
confused.
thought you meant Captain Kangaroo. I was waiting for... Okay.
I'm waiting for
Elevate
more
yourself to a
confusion to come
general.
out of these.
Okay.
General Kangaroo.
On the roll of 69...
I really should. I need to promote myself now.
Yeah.
I rolled the perfect number there, didn't they? Dude.
On a 69, who, if you rolled a 69, who would succeed in a perception score?
Not me.
Oh, it's like me. No, I wouldn't.
Just
wouldn't.
yeah, and let me just check. But did you say you would?
No, I
62.
would.
Say again, sorry. You would, yeah?
No, I would not.
All right. Oh, nobody then. No, not even Purdy. Yeah. So you get to this point and you're sort of like looking around. Newman, you can notice that the tracks haven't been used well at all. They're not clean or anything. They're broken, misused. You don't think they're actually used to convey anything at all around the place, but you can see why the drone was a little bit confused at this point, because the corridor does split off into a number of passageways, and at this depth everything is nicely the same temperature, so the light is giving you what you need, but that's about it at the moment. You listen carefully for a while, but apart from the soft hums of the drones, you can't hear anything at all.
And of course, there'd be no tracks because they were on home bikes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
To be fair, if they're coming in at speed, I think to go this way.
I do too. But unless we want to get behind them or something. The other options as well is we can go down one and then have my surveillance drone go down in another, and then have my security drone hang around here and tell us if anyone makes a movement.
Idea.
Is that a possibility?
Well,
It's up to you.
Yeah, pretty much I'll just have my security drone like hang out here or something, and then tell us if anyone happens to go into the perimeter.
Yeah,
Maybe
it can guard this and warn you if anybody comes to this part. That's not a problem.
Okay, and then I'm assuming, do you guys, what direction should we go? We're going this way or this?
we're going this way. We're going the right shaft, which is
Right shaft, okay.
When you said that, there was Medivac. If you ping, because I know you're blue. Right, you're going straight
We're
ahead then.
going straight ahead because that would be the natural thing for a fast bike to go.
Okay then.
I can't imagine a fast bike going hard left and then up the other one, or hard right down there.
Okay, so
So send the drone that way. We'll go that
will.
way.
the drone is going to find it really difficult to navigate because
Okay.
now its infrared is not technically working. It can see you guys, but that's it. It'll be able to see heat sources if it goes
Of
further
course,
down.
temperature's coming down. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's about it.
That's fine.
Keep the drone with us in that case.
Yeah, keep drum with us then.
Okay then. So the security drone is staying at the back. The other drone is following you. It's not at the front. It'll be at the back. So you do it. I'm going to move your characters, and then then I'll move the light, if that makes sense, and then you'll be able to see what's going on. So you get to this part, and just to remind you, once you leave the bit behind you, the lights go out.
Mhm.
Okay, so here you suddenly notice from where you are, Newman, that there's definitely a squeeze in the corridor, in the tunnel. It's definitely getting narrower at this point. Minsk, you can see that if this is where the hover bikes come, they would have to be really careful at this point. Newman, you can see, well, you can also see there's a gap to the right. There seems to be another corridor going down there, and your corridor carries on straight ahead. The light that you've triggered is lighting up down that second corridor as well.
I guess we'll push forward and move slow. Try and use my stealth if I can, and make sure my gun's pointed forward.
Okay, how far?
Not backwards. that's
Actually,
smart.
wait.
Don't point backwards.
Would it be possible to do a quick check for cameras, or would that be something that was included in our perception check from before?
That was included in your perceptions check before, but
Okay.
but you weren't actively looking for cameras then. So it was almost like, in D&D when the passive perception check, and that was more like that. But if you want to physically look out for cameras from where you were up to this point, then I'm quite happy for that to happen. Who's looking?
Newman's feeling paranoid from the front and wants to. He'd say something like, "Let's wait for just a few moments," and then he'd be looking around.
Okay then. So Newman, if you just roll your perception at this point.
Cameras.
Ooh.
Not hard.
Very nice.
You sort of check around for cameras. It seems to be devoid of any electrical equipment apart from these lights. You probably think that if these are just Dune Riggers, then maybe cameras are a little bit beyond them. Although, really, groups like this don't normally have really posh speeder bikes either. And you really don't think they would have the finances to set something up like this motion detectors and light. It seems, and what actually compounds your thought here is the sense that it's quite consistent throughout this area. It's not as if it was just at the beginning. It seems to be down this shaft as well, and they're very regular. It's as if they've been purposefully put in. So you've got two options. Do you want to go to the right? Do you want to get there and have a look down there? Do you want to go straight ahead? What's going to be? Newman, you're up at the front.
I would want to peer around the right side and then make a decision from there.
Okay then. So I will move your light to here. Don't worry, Medivac, you'll be able to see us. There you go.
Medevac is now on the wall.
Yeah. Let me just move use. Okay then. So this some important pieces of information. So the first thing is that these stairs here go up. Okay. These stairs here also go up. Okay. Now the corridor actually continues straight ahead as well, but you're going to have to light up one of the other areas beforehand. Newman, as you look down this, you can see that it still yet again has light sensors down here, but there's no noise or anything happening at all. There seems to be no, you can't see any cameras or anything like that at all at this precise moment.
I guess it's best to go investigate this route then. Take a right, see what's up.
Okay.
Is it worth having a look at the floor to see if it's been disturbed by footfall?
Yes. All right. Well, we have two options here. We can move forward, or we can take a right here and see if.
Sorry, just I'm assuming that all comms will be on your central system, if that makes sense. That else, you know, you can virtually whisper, of course, but you can talk normally now.
Yeah. Sure. Captain, I guess it's up to you, but if we move forward, odds are if they're up there, you know, we'll probably see some bikes and whatnot. But if we take a right here, maybe we can get a bird's eye view of them. Maybe there's a large chasm area.
My thoughts, Hammond, are that maybe the bikes are parked further up, and then these two, from what we can see, might be just living areas or places where I can't imagine taking the bikes up the stairs.
No, me either.
So I wouldn't mind going to the end of here, or as far as it goes, just to see if the bikes are there.
All right.
But then we can work out whether they go to the closest one here or this one here, because maybe that's a sleeping area, the bottom one, maybe this is a living area. We don't know without checking it out. And that's, if you imagine like a starship, you'll have the cargo at the end, and then you'll have the crew quarters there, and you'll have the living working quarters further up. That's how I can visualize it in my head.
As you're talking, Purdy starts to tap you rather frantically on the shoulder, Minx, and she points behind you.
Behind me?
Yeah.
This is where I'm probably gonna bust out my.
You might be able to
pistol.
See some lighting behind you. Can you see that?
Oh, this way, so down here.
Yeah.
Oh, the lights have come back on.
Yeah. It seems to be coming from that initial right-hand tunnel.
Gotcha.
And your surveillance drone that's at that location has started to beep to you, Hammond, that there is movement coming from down that corridor. I would like you quickly. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So it's coming light from down here. That's where the light is shining from. So you figure something down here has triggered it off. So yeah, I need almost like a quick decision what you would like to do. Minsk sort of like alerts you to this. So quick decisions, people, without general chatting about it. What would you like to do?
In which case, everybody up the right-hand turn now.
That's what I was talking about. That's what Captain Kangaroo is talking about. We're all talking about the right.
Okay.
Talking about the right. The right is right.
So you all sort of like go up here. So what I would
Ooh,
like,
that's nice.
what I would like you to do, Newman, is since you're probably strategically taking the lead at this, could you roll for me, please, your initiative? Let me just tell you what's going to happen. If your initiative wins over my initiative, then you actually manage to get everybody round that corner and out the way. Everybody is quick enough to get in there via your instruction. So yeah, roll your initiative. You don't need to click your token or anything. I just need to see it.
This is not. I always get really low initiative rolls. So here we go. Here's going to be me rolling a natural 2. Oh, or a natural 10. Woo, it's not combat though.
Right. Okay then. So just so you know, my initiative is well.
23.
I'm going to roll.
27.
I'm going to roll it so you can see. Otherwise, it'll spoil the. They only get an 8, and you manage to get everybody round and out of the tunnel that actually shuts off that motion detector as the whatever set it off comes through that tunnel via your drone. Captain, Hammond, you can see that it seems to be one lone Dune Rigger. They see he doesn't seem to have weapons out or anything like that. It just seems to be walking by. It seems, if anything, you can see the heat source of him walking now, because it's standing out a lot from the surroundings. But as he comes into the light, the light clicks on. He doesn't seem to be heavily armed or anything like that. If you remember, they did have bulges on underneath their jackets when they could be carrying weapons, but he doesn't seem to be following you. He seems to be going straight across. There is a chance, however, that he might see your drone there. Okay, so what I would like you to roll, we're going to assume that you told the drone where to go. Okay, so that's the general idea. So you should have what skill would you like to use to try to oppose my my perception roll? So you could use your stealth if you wish.
My stealth or its stealth?
It's a light surveillance drone, so it doesn't have any stealth. So it has communications, floating, and perception. So I'm presuming that you positioned it via your stealth. So what you would do is that you would roll your stealth and I would roll my perception, and then it would be opposed. So as long as you got higher than my perception, then he won't notice it or she won't notice it. He or she'll just walk straight by. So yeah, go for it. What's your stealth like?
33.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's gonna be fantastic. So I'm gonna press the button and see what happens, and we'll see if everything's terrible. Yeah.
You can use a point of luck to reverse it if you wish. Which would
It's that time of the day where I can use my point of luck. I'm gonna reverse that. It's that good time of the day. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you reverse that. Now, just to let you know, the Dune Rigger's perception would normally be a total of 52%. However, he or she is a little bit worse for wear at the present moment in time, so their perception is currently 27. So as long as it doesn't get 26 or 27, you're home dry. Okay, because you will be higher than it. But if it gets 26 or 27 on this roll, if it gets 25, I'm going to give it to you. And that's it. So 20, you want higher than 25, but not 26 and 27. Here it comes. 44. Yeah. So you, the person comes out and seems to be walking directly across the corridor to, if you remember, there was a lump of rock. They seem to be going to the left of that. You are now in this tunnel that the light has lit up. You notice right the way along the sides and filling up the gap, this seems to be some kind of storeroom. There's a number of crates in here, both metallic and wooden. You sort of like have a look around. You do notice that one of them is open. It seems to be quite a hefty, quite a big crate, but it's been prized. The wood has been prized open, etc. And you look in there, and there's still some remnants of motion detectors and lights and cables in here. It seems to be where the information had come from. The equipment had come from for setting up the lights. There are some other crates, both metal and wooden, in here that you can have a further look at. Some of them look like they're open, but they'll need to be lifted up, etc. Others look like they're closed, but you can go and have a closer look at them if you wish.
I'll jump to the captain. But I feel like we know at least what two tunnels we should probably go down from here.
Really, which ones?
Well, if he's heading down to the left one, so I'm assuming there's a reason he's going down there. Unless that's where the toilet is, but this is a mine. You can probably shit anyway.
Oh, please. Just because it's a mine doesn't mean you can just go for a poop in the corridor.
I'm assuming
that
that...
do it, though.
Yeah, the poop shoot. I'm assuming that Hammond has told us what this guy's been doing.
Yeah, you can assume that that's been.
Yeah.
I assume.
If he's walking worse for wear, as you say, from that right tunnel across, you're probably right. Maybe he's going to either just stretching things out from where he came from. Sorry. Which would then possibly say that, yes, the right-hand tunnel is where they're sleeping. Maybe he's got up from a drunken debauch of last night and then done thinking so he's not go for a wander just to wake things up.
Or that's also possibly on the one that he's heading down is where they're keeping the hostage. They're not going to keep it while they're sleeping.
We need to search all these tunnels anyway.
Yeah.
If they've got one hostage, they might have more hostages. We just
Makes
don't
sense
know.
to me.
Yeah. And we can also see what we can find to sell.
I do not hate that plan.
No, I don't think you would. Let's come out of this with a positive figure at the end of it.
Figure? You do some workout or something. Let's look good when we come out, guys.
Right, he's got...
Do you wish to see if there's anything valuable in these crates and
It wouldn't hurt
containers?
to open one, would it? Let's have a quick look.
Yeah, so
Gently tease one open.
So the first thing that you notice on getting closer, they all have barcode scanner on to say where they've come from and where they've gone, and your normal communication can pick it up just by scanning the barcodes. The first thing that you notice is that everything in here actually belongs to Debec Orr, who were the original owners of this site. However, when you look at the delivery dates, these have been delivered in the past 2-3 weeks, months. They haven't been here ever since the mine has been shut down or anything like that. These have been delivered or have arrived here in the last few weeks. You also notice you can open any of them. They just have basic catch locks on them. No sort of like security or anything like that. There are other things in here that appear to indicate that the motion detector lights were just the starting point for this area. You notice that in another one, there's a series of what appears to be cameras of some description. There's also more motion detectors in there. Some of this big metal ones have like flat screen monitors in them, and there seems to be various computers or electronic devices in there to monitor. You really get the feeling that these motion detectors are probably, and lights are, the first line of defense. You also get the feeling that this would cost a pretty penny, what's in here. Like I said, they're all they're all tagged as Debec Orr.
Didn't Debec say that he turned up here and was chased off by these people? So maybe he had this cargo with him.
Oh, these are
Makes a lot
definitely
of sense.
his for sure. Yeah.
Well, he said, didn't he say a family member had taken over the mines or was trying to take over the mines?
This, just so you know, on that train of thought, there's more here that for one journey.
I mean, his entire job offer indicates this is exactly what happened. Like, let me pull it up really quick. Help needed with occupants of mine. So I'm pretty sure he probably went here once, got his stuff in, came back, was getting his stuff in again, and then somebody's like, "Hey, we're drinking here," and then that's when it became problematic.
Yeah,
and
we'll
something I
have
wanted
your
to
stuff.
ask really quick that I'm hoping we had talked about on the drive over here are, what is our objective here exactly? Are we going for blood and death, or are we trying to intimidate? Are we just trying to get the girl and get out of here?
Girl was very important, but also clearing the mine was our another objective. It's not, and also stopping them going back to Boxer's Bar, the dry gypsy. So if we do need to,
go for it.
If we do need to clean slate, we'll clean slate, because Box is very important to us. Not so much Debec, but we signed a contract, so we chase them out. So if you can chase them out, or if they don't go willingly, I'm quite happy for you guys to, remove an extreme prejudice.
Okay, bloody snail planet is.
Yep. But just on a side note, I've got on my notes that, however, 6 months ago, reopened by a family member. So did a family member here come here and drop all these goods?
You know, I have that noted down as two. It was reopened again by a relative of the original owner. It's in the process of being revitalized. It could be that the relative is the one who drilled this tunnel, because it seems like they regularly just drill tunnels and then say, "Oh, is it good for mining?" I feel like we found out something that might make that not true, but the relative could just be the miner, and then this guy's the one who's getting the ores and being the
Yeah, well, or he's just taking advantage of
This
his
defect
relatives.
sounds like he's a little bit of a, like what Hammond just said there. He's he's probably higher in the food chain, but somebody's jumped in there first of the family, and he's now going back to claim his due.
Yeah.
My family, you're my little sibling, you. Yeah.
Yes.
For my land.
So we can always come back for these if we want them to. You know, we could say, hey, that they stole them and sold them or something. Who knows?
Well, that wouldn't be really a good thing to do for our employers. They're already paying us very well.
They are paying us, yeah.
I kind of want some security things, so whatever.
Hammond, you always want more. You
Yeah.
We
always
can buy more
want
security stuff. for you.
more stains, more stuff I can do with them. All right. So we're going down that tunnel the guy went down.
So just to remind you, the tunnel kept going now to your right. If you like to, if you walk, if you want to walk forward, I can move the light for you. But can you see there's actually a point here that I can put it on for you if you would like to. But remember that would flood the outside this
more light.
This tunnel.
Which is where the guy was walking to the left, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was sort of
Yeah,
like
but further down.
So he's gone sort of over this way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, your drone said it went directly opposite. It went to the left of that big block that was there, and that's all you know. So yeah, so do you want to move down to the entrance of this tunnel?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll move the light source down for you. You should be able to see now. Newman, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can see directly opposite, there seems to be a smaller room similar to yours. There's a little set of stairs going up. There seems to be a motion detector in that area, but you can't see what's actually in there. And then it looks like the corridor continues down as well. It's not turning to the left, it carries on.
Yeah, check out the upstairs. Let's see if it's another storeroom.
There.
Clear these areas, and then we'll go back and do the tumult.
So somebody was just saying in chat that these tunnels must be scary for you when they can hardly see where they're going. Yeah, especially before they fall down the trap. No, sorry.
What?
Where
It's
would
not
you?
falling down the trap I'm worried
Well,
about. It's the trip in the
no.
wire that has the shotgun that blows off my legs. That would be a little too much irony.
It
Oh my
would,
It'd be a
God.
bit too ironic.
Anti-snail trail.
I wouldn't do
Yeah.
that with a shotgun.
Okay, fine. Sniper rifle to the kneecap. Whatever.
Well, no, there's explosives that do it nicely.
But why would they put Well, okay,
It's
why
not
would they put
them.
a shotgun?
We'll promote you,
No.
Lieutenant Dan.
It's not them, it's a giant worm getting his revenge.
Yeah. Oh
do
yeah,
have an idea
these
for that.
tunnels.
They're going to put an explosive device in like a sandwich, leave it on a stand for
Okay,
Hammond to come and get.
so is the idea that Newman, you're going to come down to where I'm pinging at the moment?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct the window.
And what?
Should I set my blaster to stun, Captain?
I thought we said blood.
Yeah,
All right.
you said
Like,
blooded.
Yeah.
I guess actually I do need a clarification. Are we shoot first to ask questions or get on the ground and if you don't, I'll shoot?
Let's shoot. Let's see how they go. If they seem threatening, shoot to kill.
Okay.
Let's
I mean, by my
shoot
notes-
first and shoot some more.
By my notes, there's only like a few of them that should have guns, unless they all like to keep guns when they're at home.
They're
But
they're
still.
buddies with gun owners. Like what do you want from us? Like hey, do you got a gun on you? No, okay.
Kid,
I'm just
You
saying.
sit
I don't wanna
down
get
now.
shot in
We're
the
gonna find the
face.
other
I got my
brothers.
hood on, but you know, that's
the problem you got is one guy with a gun and a bad precision can end us.
They kidnapped a child, sir.
yes, and that's why they're kind of not okay people. And that guy with the machete just feels like the mid boss of
Let's
this
just
group.
let's
So
just deal with them. Let's deal with them properly.
It's
okay,
Newman.
I'm gonna shoot. I'm not stunning
Ah, shoot.
with my shotgun. I don't have.
I don't think you have that
No, no, no,
option.
no,
I don't think you have
no.
like beanie bags in there, do you?
Just shoot the guys.
Not yet. Not yet. I
No.
will. I will be able to stun people into snail
We,
mode.
we come in peace.
Pretty cool.
Shoot to kill.
Shoot. Okay, so
Okay.
as you get to that part, Newman, this you can see two things. The building down here, this sort of like cave, here, this ending, just as Minsk had surmised, the speeder bikes are in there. There's actually only 4 of them. The 4 that you've seen before, but that's all there. They are turned round, if that makes sense. So they can hop on and go straight down the way you came. So yeah, Minsk predicted that well. Newman, the interesting thing in this little cave to your left now is that in this there seems to be some open boxes and crates. You notice that these are probably where the speeder bikes came from, the hover bikes. You can see that this is where the parts were probably brought in so that they could be fitted together in the corridor in the cave entrance a little bit further back. Just as before, these are all being signed out or are attributed to Debec Orr.
Interesting.
So even the hover bikes, other things in here seems to be more mechanical equipment. So the previous one, it was more electrical. This is more mechanical. Just give me an insight roll, Newman, as you're here.
I am somewhat insightful.
Be more insightful. Be even more insightful if you could.
I would like to spend a luck point to reroll that.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, there we go.
The power of being an ex-law enforcer.
There we go.
Yeah.
I was hoping that one would actually fail with that line.
As well as the speeder bike parts, you notice something interesting. There seems to be almost like rolled up garage doors, i.e. they're rolled up, but there seem to be sheets of overlapping metal, in the sense that if they were put up somewhere, these would actually work as protective doorways. They could be brought down and sealed off various parts. There's about 5 or 6 of them rolled up. You've seen them before when people have tried to cover up shop windows in lawless societies, but also to protect and barricade doors in case of a attack. What's that first person shoot game when they have to go and get the bomb and they have to put things up against the wall? Is it
Counter-Strike?
Is that Tom Clancy or something? Whatever it is, it counts.
I think there's a number of military tactical ones that use bombs and bomb diffusers.
Yeah, and so this looks more like your insight sort of like twigs that this is more like protection or sealing the area off, and it doesn't look like, well, maybe if they were operating this side and then sealing themselves in to gain some protection, but it almost looks almost like a siege. They're used to drop down. There's about 6 of them, and again, your communication devices scan the QR code, and they've all been purchased by Debec Orr. You think there's
Good question.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, so these are like actually full metal like plating. This isn't like something that's like a chain link thing that you pull down over your convenience store to prevent people from breaking in. This is like an actual wall.
Yeah, so
You can deploy?
no, it would pull down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a big metal skirt in the sense on a roll.
Yeah,
Imagine wallpaper, but metal.
yeah,
Okay, yeah.
So
this is like the
You
Purge
would
kind of
use this to
situation,
protect your convenience store,
yeah.
Mr.
but
Pickles.
protecting from grenade launchers and bullets more
Yeah,
than
rather
evil
than somebody just
flying
trying
in
to
there.
Yeah.
get through. Yeah,
Yeah.
or the zombies.
Rather than zombies or something. Yes.
Well, I mean, we do have a lot of bug problems on this planet, so this does make sense to me.
Just to yeah, go for
Sorry,
it.
you go ahead.
I was
Oh
just
no, you go,
No,
and then I go.
no,
You go, and then I
you
go.
go.
Right?
Can I go?
I'm
Go for
going. Okay. Just from this, you can see that the speeder bikes are in that end room, turned round, so ready to fly out towards you. You also notice that there's various equipment in there that would deal with repairs for them. They're currently plugged in to a huge, what obviously is some kind of battery or generator that is charging them up. There's one dealing with all four. There's a gentle hum from that room. There's also various tools, etc., on the floor in there, and it's definitely a place that the hover bikes are charged up, but also probably repaired. And
Well, once we've checked out the left entranceway, I'm going to turn to Hammond and say, see those four hoverbikes over there? Go break them for me.
That's what I was about to do, actually, Captain. I'm going to roll my
fantastic.
mechanics check, and the idea is I'm going to at least maybe cut the acceleration connection,
so
that way it won't be like too like I'm not destroying the bikes, but enough to where they get on them, they can't move.
Okay, brilliant. So don't roll now. So we'll do it like we normally do. So what we'll do is wait. I think roll 20s has crashed for me, by the way.
No, look out, look out, look out.
I'm just logging back in. What we'll do is that if they go towards them to use them or anything, we will then roll your mechanics roll, okay, to see how well you injured them or damaged them. Yeah, okay then. So this sort of like area seems to be well and truly sorted. So what's going to be there's no other exits from this area.
No, well, two choices. We go follow the person that went this way, or we go search out where it came from.
Let's go down.
I'd say we get a view of what's to the left and what's to the right, and then decide.
Okay. So
I'll lead, of course, with my shotgun.
Who has a commerce skill?
I do. I think. Let me look for it.
Commerce.
I do. Mine's. Yeah, I do.
What's yours?
49.
Oh, bless. That's sweet.
What's yours, Minsk?
52.
Okay, so Minsk, roll your commerce, and
I don't want to now because I've now jinxed myself.
roll it, and we'll just use it as a roll to see whether or not one or both of you figure out. So yeah, so you obviously didn't jinx yourself at all, but you both from your knowledge of commerce and general trade, and Hammond, yours from mechanical dealings. This is a lot of cash. This is a lot of credits in these two areas. We're not talking measly amounts, and you might remember
credit rating of like 20.
Well, and remember, Debec Orr did go under at one point, but you're quite surprised with the amount of money that's being invested into these two areas. So the idea now, I assume, is to reverse it back to the to the area. And what I suggest we do is, because it's just come to past, so I think if we move you back to this point, let me just put, hang on, I'll move you in a second. Can you see the light source?
Yeah.
I see a light source. I'm not down there though.
Now I'm just going to move this one a little bit over, right, and then I'm going to move you all en masse, so don't try to move yourself, but I'll then reverse you, yeah, because I presume that's how you would want to be, yeah? Is that the plan? Yeah.
Mhm.
So I don't know what this blue line is.
Oh, sorry, I drew that. I don't disappear.
I knew it was you because
But
of the blue.
I was tracking from one side to the other side.
Yeah. So this is where it's 5:30 now. So I propose that we take our break at that point. So just so you can see Newman, directly opposite you, this is the track that you came down. Notice that here there's a set of stairs going up. Okay. And then the track keeps going this way and that way. So just like, how Minsk's line did, the person came from here, went round the back of this, and then that's when you don't know where they went after that. Okay, that seems to be a good place to pause for our break. So we're going to go off and grab a beverage and a biscuit, and we'll be back at 1:45. If you want to do anything while we're away, go and get yourself a drink and a snack, and then don't forget to listen to this month's podcast episode. It'll only take you 7 minutes to listen to it, so you'll be able to do it in the break. Hint. Okay, we will see you in about 10-15 minutes time. Okay, see you real soon. And dunk.
Bolted.
So I'm going to go for this setup now because we're going into the action. No, we won't be for a while. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed listening to the podcast, and welcome back. We are fed or still eating. Are you going to eat that Cornish pasty as we?
Cornish, what is that? What's the Cornish pasty?
Pasty.
Oh,
Well, it's mutual
kangaroo.
people. It was a farmer's meal. Half would be savoury, so meat, potato. The other half would normally be like apple. And so you eat half, and then you have dessert, which would be the apple bit at the end. But now it's just all full of meat all the way through.
And it's like meat and potatoes and
Peas
veggies.
Things. Yeah.
So somebody's just redeemed a joke. I don't normally do this during the game, but just because we're at a suitable point. I went to my uncle's house for dinner. How many burgers would you like? He asked. Just one, I replied. Now, there's no need to be polite, said my uncle. Oh, okay. Just one, you smelly idiot. Do you get it?
I get it. Yeah.
I like that. I thought that was a good one. Let me.
I actually call my uncle that.
So yeah. Okay then. So the party are at this crossroads at the moment. So Newman, you're up at the front. What is going to be your chosen direction or action? You can see Hammond's security bot, surveillance bot is up in the air, and he's still got his security bot with him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I assume the plan was for me to go and like peek around the corner like this.
Oh, nice arrow.
Thank you. I tried to do it quickly.
Okay then.
And then get an assessment from there.
So let me just see what you see. So this is exactly what you see at the moment. So I just want to put something on and you might to see whether or not you can see something or not. Okay, then. So can you, as you peek round the corner, oops, you can probably see something now, can you?
Yeah, I can see a light on down the way.
Yeah. So this here, there seems to be some kind of activity in this area. There seems to be shadows being shone out from that general area. It's obviously been put on by the motion detector. It's not actually in the corridor. It's sort of like in this part that's slightly off. You can make me a perception check.
Ooh.
Gonna use my good eyes.
Ooh, damn.
Nice. Yeah, you're not too sure, Newman, but you think there is definitely some humming, some almost like joyous working hums, so like
Oh, okay.
got
it.
Like that. And thank you, Orpheus, for gifting a sub there to Mezzy13. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, you can hear this humming. There seems to be some plastic being messed around with it up there. If you want to roll an insight, I can give you more information, or you could just leave it.
No, I would like more insight. Pow. If I didn't use my strong insight.
You could use a roll of luck.
Well, I only have 2 left, and yeah, I'm gonna save it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Not a problem. Yeah, so there seems to be some activity down there, and that light is remaining on. So it's obvious that there's some motion up there that is keeping it on.
I'll relay this quietly to the party.
Okay.
At least one person, and
You can
then
talk.
We got our comms going.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna still be quiet about it though because
Yeah,
Newman's
sub
focused now.
vocalize.
Yeah. Just so you're aware, you could, if you wish, Newman, come round this side of the stone bit. That would give you more vision of this area here.
Yeah, because in the middle area, I was gonna ping where my arrow is. If I stood out there, I'd just be out in the open. There's nothing I can use to hide there.
Yeah, correct. But you could probably get round to here and have a better look in this direction if you wish.
Yeah. Well, which one's better? Is it right here? No, hold on. Let me get a different color. Would right here be good? Here? Like, we don't want anyone come from over here, though.
Well, I suggest what will probably be the best thing is for Newman, and you can clear up that mess now.
Young man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you old scientist.
Otherwise, you're going
Science
to
drawings.
bed without your supper, messing up my map there. I think if you want Newman, you can come round this side.
I didn't know how to do that. I don't know how to. How do I rage? Okay.
I just don't believe it.
Let the parent do it.
He makes a mess of everything.
What are we gonna do with him?
I know.
Right.
If you're expecting any sympathy on tonight's Hammond has just blown it. I tell you.
Yes.
So Newman, you can come round here if you wish, and Minsk or Hammond, you can sort of like come up so you're keeping an eye out round the round this corridor if you wish. Just to let you know, Minsk, I wouldn't come too far at Hammond, where Minsk is probably the best way, because you'll see the light coming on from down here.
Got it.
If it comes up. Okay, Newman, you go round the other side, and just so the stream can see what you guys actually see at the moment. So this does go up a few little steps, and then there's a corrugated door there. It looks like they've installed one of the previous ones that you saw. It seemed to have been attached to the wall. You figured that's taken quite a bit of time, and it's coming straight down, and you notice that there's no fancy locking mechanism or anything like that. There seems to be a metal hook that's been pounded into the ground, 2 hammer drill shots of the bolts straight into the rock, and there's like a flip down lever, a catch, and then the padlock goes through the loop, so it comes over the loop, and then there's a padlock on it. It's definitely a padlock. It's very old schoolish. Yeah,
so it's currently closed and locked.
Correct.
Okay. All I'm thinking is that I need a science guy with a lot of glue to make it so this can be blocked for a bit.
Okay.
I'm not
We can,
thinking it. I'm not saying it.
Oh, okay.
But no, I do
what-
tell the group about that. I just don't say my info.
Yeah, so
Maybe
it's-
that's where they're keeping the girls.
Yeah, that's just what I assumed.
Um,
I know from what my drone told me that he essentially went this way. Right? He said he went around the left
yeah.
rock. And I assume he went that way.
He headed off down that thing. I mean, he could have
Oh, he
gone
did?
to here. He could have come round in front of Newman and gone back up. It's up to you.
we have laser torches, so we can break the lock. That's not an issue.
Yeah.
I don't want people coming in behind us as we clear the situation out.
No,
Or
your
I guess
drone was here, Hammond, there, and he went up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we break her if we assume they're hiding the hostage in the locked area? Should we break her out now, or should we break her out after we deal with the hooligans?
Minsk and Newman, roll perception checks, please.
Oh my!
Uh-oh.
Oh my!
Am I not rolling because I don't have my glasses on?
Correct.
Got it.
You both hear it and also see the change in light, because you notice that the light has started to come on down the corridor, because there appears to be one of the riggers coming down from up the top.
Oh, sorry, from up here.
No, up here.
No.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah.
I'll just pop him on as a security guard.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's very big.
Crawling through that tunnel.
You can so Newman, you see the change of light. Minsk, you hear it and see the change of light as well. He seems to be walking down towards you, and he seems to be carrying some kind of plastic tray, and there seems to be some kind of steaming food on it, and it's got a drinks slot that he seems to have like a plastic beaker in, and he seems to be walking down towards you, and he suddenly stops because he sees the light that is flooding the corridor, which he knows cannot possibly be his, and he stops and says, "Hello? Max, this isn't funny. Is that you?"
I'm going to try to
Oh, mimic.
mimic. Yes.
Well, you got an acting skill.
No, well, I was going to go. Is it acting? I don't
Yeah.
have acting. No.
Oh, do you not have an acting skill?
No.
We are not actors.
I thought it might be deceit.
It is who we are, not what we try to be.
In which case, I wouldn't do that. No.
I want to
Well-
stay silent for a bit, guys. I want him to piss his pants.
He was
Or
well
maybe-
said.
Maybe just do
Out
a
of-
deep
out of-
rumbling
Sorry,
laugh.
He seems to be definitely paused, and he doesn't.
We don't know
seem
what Max sounds like, so this is it's a moot point.
So, and now, Minsk, you generally won't take a risk to peep round now,
No.
at all, because you know you're safe in here, and there seems to be a bit of silence at the moment. You're not too sure what's happening at all. Newman, do you want... I'm going to give you a choice. Do you want to be able to see him from where you are, and in which case he can see you, or do you want this chunk of rock here to be shielding you from him?
I want to be shielded, the second option, and I have my gun prepared to just blast a fool away if they come into view.
Okay.
Well, actually, we can do something else. Well,
I was
don't
told
speak.
blood. I was told shoot first
No.
and get praise from Captain later. That's what my texts show on my comms device.
I understand that, but
I type it,
maybe
but-
maybe we can surround him, hold him at gunpoint, and use him to get some information about the situation before we murder all his friends.
You notice that he's coming down now. He doesn't have his plastic tray out or anything like that. He seems to have his 9mm revolver from his shoulder holster, and you see him, Newman, coming very cat-like down the corridor. He's got his weapon up in a double hand move silently forward, scanning as he's coming. He's almost like walking sideways, crab-like.
Could I gingerly pick up a stone and throw it down with no dexterity down this sort of area?
Yeah, remember, he can actually see down there.
I'll see a stone being
He'll
thrown.
see
Yeah.
the stone, but Hammond, you probably can see how far he's coming through from your drone, because he will be picking that up, and you can probably see that as well, Minsk, via the drone rather your own eyesight. Okay, then, Newman, I'm going to give you the option. He's in firing range. You can get a shot off him as surprise before we roll initiative if you wish. Or you can let him continue down and see what happens. What would you like to do?
Difficult one. I feel temptation so much.
I
If
want
he-
to intimidate him.
If
Yeah,
he-
you want to interrogate him and be like, tell me all your secrets, but he's got a gun and I've got
Yeah.
a bigger gun.
We all have guns. We can point right at his head. He can't kill all three of us.
Yeah, but he could shoot one of us and that would hurt me.
But that means he's gonna die, and I don't think he wants to do that.
Okay, pretty soon your chance of a shot is going to be passed if you want to
I'm going to take it.
Well done.
Okay.
Yeah, captain's praise.
Yay!
Yeah, so you come round, you level your shotgun. Yeah, he's not going to have a chance to dodge or anything. So if you hit, you'll get a special on him, and then we'll roll initiative.
Anywhere below the waist.
Suffering. Come upon us. Oh,
It was meant to be.
that's
yeah,
a good one if he could resist.
Yeah, but he doesn't have an opposing roll because this is surprise. So you come out. He's not expecting anybody to come out there. So what I need from you is your special, and then your hit location and some damage.
Special.
Can I just say, Newman, you are special.
To me.
Drop foe.
Nice.
Offensive firearms only. I can post the details if you'd like.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant if you could.
Okay, will do. Oh, that was ugly. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh,
I'm
It just
sorry.
went on for, it's like, how many pages?
I know. I can post it in the group chat if you want in the Discord, but
oh no, sorry, he's not dead. Let me just take that off. Assuming to at least a minor wound from the shot. I love Roll20. Thank you for that subscription. I'll sing to you tomorrow, Chris. A bit busy at the moment, but thank you.
yeah, we're killing people right here.
An opposed endurance on their endurance against the attack while failures to succumb to the shock, becoming incapacitated and unable to fight. Nice.
That's actually very good with my roll. 76.
76 is a good roll. So I'm rolling endurance, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter when that's.
Yeah, he fails his endurance, so I need hit location damage as well.
I'm gonna slap him in the 9, which if he's a human like me, that's the tummy, that's the abdomen. You got a little bellyache.
Yeah, it is abdomen. It does. So yeah, roll your damage.
Yeah, one shot from the bloody snail, 3 damage. 9.
9. Okay.
How bad?
Obviously,
that would be pretty bad on me.
He's got nowhere to put that food.
Yeah, he's actually put the 9. He's having no points of armor at all. So the 9 points actually takes him right the way down. His endurance check is failed in any case, so I think he's going to fall to the ground. But he's also got a serious wound, so he needs to make a endurance check again, which he fails again. So he is unconscious and out of it for the number of minutes equal to the amount of damage sustained,
Nice.
which is 9 minutes. So quite frankly, he's out of the county. He'll probably slowly bleed out from the shotgun. It was your shotgun, wasn't it?
Yeah, my bloody snail.
Yeah, and you sort of like let loose and this sort of like that comes out, and so he sort of like hits him in the stomach and knocks him back and sort of like up against the wall, and there's a look of disbelief as he hits the wall and slumps down. And Hammond and Mintz, give me a perception check.
Did you hear my shotgun?
Yeah. Just,
hey, all right.
We guys go boom, 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 boom through the caves.
What? We're both made our perception checks?
and
It's amazing.
You immediately hear some kind of shouts from this tunnel here. You don't know whereabouts. The shotgun goes off, and then you hear somebody says, "What the F was?" And there seems to be some commotion down that side.
Yes.
Okay, then.
They have a cave tunnel system. We have a Newman.
So can you all please roll for me your initiative now?
I'm rolling that
This guy
initiative.
You thought I shouldn't shoot him.
Ooh.
Another 21.
What?
I never get good initiative. Why am I getting them now?
Because it's your time to shine. Die, shine.
I'm always going last.
Yeah, but hard luck, Purdy beats you.
Well, that's fine. I'm not going to do anything with it.
Minsk. Let me pop yours on Minsk because I can do it manually.
Oh, sorry, I didn't click my token.
It's all right. It's on now. What did you get?
18.
Nice.
I'm a
Um,
quick thinker.
Brilliant. Okay, so we're going to, unless it comes into some kind of role that Purdy needs to do, we'll always start with you, Zach. Newman, sorry, she's not going to do anything unless she's ordered to do something, so she's there. So yeah, Newman, you're up. What would you like to do?
Question. You had the others roll perception to hear the shouting. I'm taking it that there is no chance that Newman heard that.
Correct. Yeah.
Then my instinct is to try and get into a position of good cover, mostly from the upwards direction.
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking like maybe wedging myself somewhere over here against the metal door to use that as backup, since it'd be kind of hard to open it since it's locked on this side.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just trying to get as much cover as I can with still being able to see
from this direction.
Mostly.
Yeah.
But I still think that there's a chance I could have somebody coming up behind me, but Newman would think primarily that direction is where people probably are.
Okay, brilliant. Minsk, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna through the microphone and the communication. So I'm gonna pass the message. There's somebody coming from the people coming from the east.
Yeah.
And with that, I'm then gonna just step back slightly
behind Purdy.
No, to the side of Purdy. But I want line of sight here.
Okay.
And my pistol is in my hand.
Yeah. Cool.
That makes a difference.
Is it on stun or not?
No, it's not stun.
Okay.
No.
Hammond, you're 116. What would you like to do?
I have an idea.
Do
I see? I always have good ideas, right? No, this is like an okay idea.
Cave everything in.
I want to shoot the sensor, the light sensor for where we're at right now. So where our area is.
So each of the little squares, those are the sensors.
All right.
But won't there be multiples for one light?
So each
maybe I can probably just cut the wire.
Yeah, so say for example you cut the wire here, then it will all the lights down that side of the corridor or tunnel right the way down. They won't be getting power to them. You haven't found where the power plant is yet, but it would automatically shut off all those lights. It might even shut off lights coming this way as well. You don't know.
That's fine. I can always I got electronics. I can.
So if you wish,
I can always reconnect it later.
The problem is we need to see to fight.
Well, if, for example, if they're coming over here, I don't want them to be able to see us. I want to be able to see them.
So you go to cut the wire.
Yeah, I'm cut the wire right next to me.
There's two wires, blue or red. Which one do you want? No, that's not.
I'm cutting that wire. Do I have to do an opposed attack roll?
No, you.
I don't. Okay.
You snip the wire, and so this is your. This is where your light's coming from at the moment. But all the lights in that corridor are now out. So if you head down there, then just let me remind me because the lights are off. Okay, then, and that comes to the end of the first turn. So now we come into the second turn. And
okay. You go. Sorry. Go ahead.
Newman, what would you like to do?
I'd like to utilize the information I got from Captain last turn, and I'd like to focus more on getting some cover towards whoever's coming from the direction they're making noise.
So you have a choice. You can either come here and fire down this way, or you can come here and fire, down this way. Any way will give you cover because you can turn around, shoot, and then go back. So you, rather than your parry, remember you take cover, which is just your attack roll, done for you to get back into cover.
Yeah, I would like to use the first option. That one's much better than the second, I think.
Okay then.
Myself like over here.
Okay then. So first things first. Just roll your perception.
Can do. Oh, actually, that might be a bad one, but I'm gonna stick with it because I said I will. Decent.
Yeah, you're not too sure, but as you move around, you think you heard some banging on the opposite side of the door, as if something was hitting the door. You didn't hear it before, but once your shotgun's gone off, then you did hear it as you move. Minsk, you're down there. If anything comes around here, you've got enough cover at the moment.
Literally dropping down to one knee, aiming sort of here. As soon as anything comes this way, it's going to get shot.
And
it's going to get deaded.
yeah, and Hammond, what would you like?
Same situation. Getting into this corner right here, so that way I have a little bit of cover. And second, I'll go on one knee, like he said. Hopefully, in the darkness, they can't really see us too well.
So you're both on one knee. Are you facing each other?
I do.
Do you know? I love that.
Ready for an ambush.
I love that bit in Independence Day when they're in the changing rooms and Will Smith drops the ring and his partner picks it up.
Yeah.
And then somebody comes round and goes,
No, man. And then Will Smith slaps him.
Yeah, I just love that part. Okay, so at the end of round 1, that's everybody's turns done. It's taken this amount of time, this 5 seconds, for the people to come down. And then you notice coming round this...
a tank.
The liar.
Now, just to let you know, Newman, you will see them first. Okay, Minsk. So Newman, you will see them in the corridor. Minsk, you will see them like 2 steps forward. Does that make sense? So currently they're in cover from you still, but as soon as they cross that line, if you can see my measuring line, then you'll be able to fire. And then so technically, if I just showed that here's Newman, here back a little bit, here is Minsk, and then there is Newman. So it's quite good actually, because it will follow your actual turn order as a thing. So the first thing that comes around, somebody comes round. It looks like it's a female. She does have her pistol out, and she seems to be running rather than cautiously sweeping. And yes, Newman, she comes into your line of sight first.
Law doesn't care. The law is just going to slam down a shotgun at her.
Full auto. Go full auto.
No, I'm not going full auto. No, we don't need to.
You cock a gun just as blind and shit in the face.
Okay.
And just as you fire, you hear the words, "I can't believe she escaped."
Well, that's why we have Purdy. We have Purdy for a reason.
Go for it.
With shotgun guns to the face.
If I accidentally hit a civilian, Purdy.
Yeah, Purdy. That's
Anyway.
what she's there for. Yeah.
Purdy
Here's my
can give it a
shot.
new face. It's
Pow.
fine.
34.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This woman isn't aware of you now, but anybody from now on would be. She comes around, and all of a sudden you just level your shotgun at her and sort of like blast her. You'll have 1 special hit location damage.
I would like to use the duck back special, if I may.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can post it somewhere that isn't the Roll20 chat if you guys want that. But
That's a really good special.
So you will automatically go out. So she won't be able to fire back at you. Just to let you know, remember, if you want to risk it, you would still have an attack roll, a bit like parrying to duck back, but the duck back brings you out of sight at all, and they cannot hit you that round.
Actually, maybe I want to do drop foe again. That's so effective.
Right. Swimming the target.
And if I still have a chance to like have a parry to duck back.
Yeah, you all, as long as there's something to duck back behind, then you're fine.
Okay, well, I'm just chasing Captain's praise now. So I'm going to use drop foe instead.
Okay, cool.
Which means you have an endurance check against my 34.
I do. I certainly do. So let's, and then I need
oh, yeah. I can throw a hit location.
Yeah. It does succeed, but fails against your opposed roll.
Shot. No, it's 6.
So a 6. Whereabouts have you hit?
Left leg. Or left snail.
Yeah, thank you.
Bloody snail.
Yeah, you do. Left
here's
leg. Do some damage for me.
Oh, that's a good roll. That's a good one.
That's a gone leg. That leg is another zip code now.
I used to be a junior. A shotgun to the knee.
I like to imagine the leg took off and hit and kicked someone else.
Yeah. So she actually only has 5 hit points in that location. So she takes her out. The next 5 would take it to -5, which would be a serious wound. But then the following 5 will take her even lower. So
she actually only had one leg.
She literally, so her limb is, it's up to you what you do here. It can either be severed or shattered or ripped off. It's up to you. What would you like to happen?
Well, I think
It's
I think we're gonna bring this back.
God.
We're gonna bring it to box to prove we did a good job.
You're not gonna
we'll bring it in a box. We'll put it in a box and bring it to him.
I hope her name's not Helena.
I'm gonna go with
Boxing Helena. No. Okay.
No. Don't.
well, yeah. I like the shattered. Shattered sounds messed up and fun.
Yeah. So as she comes round, looking to see what the issue is, and as she comes round into view, you sort of like come round from the corner of your cover there, and just blast off a shell from your combat shotgun. It probably hits her round about the near knee area. It actually shatters the bone and sort of like rips off half a lot of flesh. She cries out almost as a muted scream.
Who's going to feed my children now?
Yeah, she sort of like says, "I am in a," or "I am the ward," and she collapses. There's a nice blood splatter against the wall, and she sort of like crumbles to the ground. And okay, I need to
That's
just
beautifully done, sir. Beautifully done.
This is when a shotgun gets put to the back of my neck.
Damn, that's a bad willpower.
No,
I like to imagine
the. Sorry. Is it your 2-shot shotgun or your big shotguns?
I've been using my bloody snail, but they would have the ultra bloody snail that isn't released in our market yet.
Oh
damn.
Yeah.
Okay, so they failed their willpower check, which means that the next 2 are going to continue coming round. They sort of like see her go down, and they sort of like, this first one almost like lets out a cry and charges forward his 9mm out. And of course, as he comes round that corner, Minsk, you get your shot.
Well, thank you. Seeing this person come charging out, yeah. Aim, fire. Is this going to work? Please
Please
work.
aim, please aim, Captain.
Don't hit me.
Oh, he hits. Yay. Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
Dynamite.
you actually hit.
I hit.
What?
Yes. No extras are harmed during this shooting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So
Now, just to let you know, if it had been Newman shooting, I would naturally get an opposed roll to change my action and come down to here. So I would be back in cover, but they're not aware of you at the moment at all,
right.
Minsk. So yeah, so you automatically will get a special.
special.
So I need special, hit location, and then damage.
I'm going to go marksman,
Nice.
which moves it to one location different to what I roll, isn't
Yeah,
it?
one adjacent, so you can't go
Yes.
leg to head.
Like that. Damn.
Actually, it could be her leg to his head
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it blew off, and
Oh,
So
18.
18 left arm to head. It's next to it. So I'll move that to chest.
Yeah, nice. And do me
Damage.
some damage.
Palm blaster. Oh, 3. That's anticlimax, wasn't it?
Yeah, that wasn't as good as.
It's like my normal sustain. No.
Yeah.
bummer. Where'd you hit her, or hit this person?
Chest.
Chest. Oh,
3 points.
So that'll go down to that.
Yeah.
This is number 3. Just so you know. Okay, so she gets to that point. She then gets shot by you, Minsk. So she doesn't have her action until the next pass, and then I'll roll for initiative. But she doesn't carry on running forward, Hammond, so you don't get your shot at her. But is there something else you would like to do?
Let's swap places.
I tell you what you could do. You could fly your drone into her.
no, I don't want to.
That's such a good idea. That.
I'm sick of losing my drones for small things.
Wasn't it slow-mo?
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for my shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm-
Okay then. So
The
we
shot happens and bam. Yeah.
so we're going top of the round. So I will now roll some initiative for them.
Damn. Right between us. It's dirty.
Where someone needs to shout
Okay.
out. Choose the wrong goddamn bar.
So at this point, this one will fire. Sorry, it's first, Newman.
Thank you.
So
I
you
will-
can come round and blast this person in the open. She's actually will be shading from cover from you, Minsk, and because you ducked back your last move, she can't see you. You're totally, so you can come out now and fire if you like.
Wait, you're me? Because I went with the drop foe last time, so I don't have the.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm planning to do. Is I would like to take a blast at her,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, so you can just, sorry, yeah, I see what you mean. So, yeah, you can just take a blast at her. That's not an...
I don't know why I got distracted there. I want to take a blast and then duck back with my special if I can.
Yeah.
So let's get to the rolls first.
Let's do the rolls first, yeah. Release your shotgun.
Fury of the shotgun!
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
You're getting closer and closer to that.
Very nice.
So they have a combat style called I can use a pistol. But she fails. So she's used up one of her action points. But you will get a special this time because you you've succeeded, and then that's it. So I need from you your special, your hit location, and your damage.
I would like to use duck back as my special.
Got ya.
And I would like to hit in the 5.
That's one of the legs.
Yeah, left snail. And I will take some damage right over here. 9.
Left leg, wasn't it? It was 6. Yeah. So that will put it down. It's a serious wound. It's not a major wound. You haven't managed to blow it off. She does need to make an endurance check against your original thing, which she fails, and she actually drops to the floor. She can't attack. Ooh, what's that? That just came up then. Oh, I know what it is.
I'm going to say over the comms, Newman, stop building the wall.
Yeah. So she's out for it for 3 turns.
Oh, great.
I just duck back and
so you
feel
sort of like
confident.
come out, you blast one of her legs. It sort of like it doesn't take it off, but it gives her enough to make her drop to the floor, and it looks like she's out for 3 rounds. So she is actually prone.
Can I use a free action at this point to glance behind me, like one of those tactical perceptions, to make sure nobody's sneaking up behind me with a machete?
Yeah, just roll your perception.
Cool. Oh.
Oh,
Well, I'll take that.
I'm blind. I can't see a thing.
You can't tell what's going on at all.
Well, my beard got itchy. Since...
Yeah.
Wait, I don't have a beard.
You
That's
got
why it's itchy.
blood in your eyes. That's what it was.
So this person would naturally shoot back and shoot at you, Mince, but she's out for or he's out for 1d3 turns, so she can't do anything. But you do notice that she disappears from your view, Minsk. It looks like she was taken down and somebody's pulling her back away. So by the time it gets to you, Minsk, on 18, you have no action. There's nobody to shoot at, but you do have an action if you wish.
Yeah.
You can.
What would you like to do?
light your cigarette?
Captain doesn't smoke
I don't know.
cigarettes.
No, it's Hammond next, isn't it?
No,
Does it have it next?
No, it's
Oh,
not
Hammond,
you.
I don't know.
Hammond's
So Hammond
last.
couldn't go, could he? Sorry.
Hammond's an
Maybe-
old man. He goes last.
Last.
I didn't
which
take my coffee this
case-
morning.
I'm going to just quietly switch across slightly. It's there.
Ah, yeah, nice. Use Hammond
Sure.
as a human shield.
No.
Watch it, Hammond.
I'm
Watch
protecting
it.
Purdy.
He's going behind you. He might just lift up
gonna
his
blast my
leg.
ears.
I might just push him
I
out.
always struggle to hear in the first place.
Yeah,
Do you want me to try a stealth check just to make sure I get there quietly, or is that...
no, it's
No,
all right.
okay.
Purdy can see you. She goes, "Wow, you're quiet, Minsk." Hammond, what would you?
I'm going to reach out to my drone that I think was supposed to be over here somewhere, right?
Yeah, it's here at the moment.
Anyway, I'm just going to have it perceive to see how many people are coming down this hallway.
Yeah, so it'll need to move out. So just roll a percentile check.
All right.
So its perception is 50%. Yeah. So your drone comes out. It's sort of like comes into view here, and you can see from your feedback onto your comment thing that there's this one that is being dragged back with this one, and then there are another 2 Dune Riggers.
Okay.
So that should make 6 altogether. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So
Well, we knew there were like 8 of them at least.
yeah.
I mean 6 down the hall together, or 6 all together here. Like
there's-
we've killed 2.
Yeah, so it looks like they were coming down the corridor, and you've killed 2 and put 1 out of action, you think, and they've sort of like, one of them's pulled them back, but there's then another 2 in the corridor.
Got it. Okay. So
Waiting. So
there's 3 we haven't shot yet.
yeah, exactly. So it'd be 6 altogether.
We haven't shot yet.
Ouch!
Captain and I are pretty good at this shooting game.
But I am using that comm information, the comm saying, "Hey, there are 3 of them not shot yet, or
So
3 not wounded."
Newman, we're up to you. What would you like to do?
Well, looking back, and I got a weird paranoid feel that my position is compromised. So I don't want to be right here anymore. I want to go around to the other cover option you said, right about here, to try and get a better view down the hall, and so that the guy with the machete doesn't sneak up on me.
Yeah, so you can move there. You sort of like take a peek round, and you can see roughly what the drone said. Is the idea just to look, or is the idea to fire? Well, you've probably moved and then had a peep and ducked back, so we'll
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's a move action here. But can I ask a question? Do I see them all, any of them having guns out, or are these the machete?
Yeah, they're in various degrees of being dressed. Most of them got their trousers, or what you call pants, on. They seem to have like bomber jackets on or something like that. Some of them just got like a vest top, or like a tank top on. They all seem to have their 9mm out. There doesn't seem to be any shoulder holsters, so you figure they're carrying limited ammo as it is. And on 20, one of them calls out. Obviously, the first woman has seen devastation, and her legs nearly blown off. And one of them shouts out, "We don't know who you are, but you can take her. We don't want her."
There we go.
And
That's
they throw this guard back out.
We don't want her either.
She's broken.
You voided our warranty.
You all hear this, yeah?
Gonna say nothing. I just put my fingers to my lips and stay and look towards Hammond, and maybe subvocalize over the comms. Don't say anything.
All right. That's what the captain wants.
There's a pause, and one of them says, "We have powerful friends. We could probably get you a lot of cash if you let us go."
They're not coming forward at all. They're just hiding back in the.
Yeah. It looks like they almost like want to
live.
Yeah.
You
This
could
is a
tell them
good
to put down
commercial
the guns.
for my shotgun.
Yeah, Newman, do you feel confident enough to go in there and silence them,
There's
or-
a silence for a while, and then somebody says, "We got powerful friends in Avid. We seriously, he'll be able to pay you off. This is actually his mine, so be careful. But we're quite happy to say that you weren't here
Right,
at all."
I tell you what, I'm going to use my strong big boy voice. And say, and after hearing that, I'm going to say, "And who is your powerful friend in Arid?"
And yeah, so Minsk gets himself up and then he goes, and who is your man?
That's like the life of President. Any men here? No.
He says the person who owns this mine, he told us to stay here and guard that girl.
And what's his name?
There's a moment, and one of them says, if we give you his name,
What's his name?
they say, if we give you his name, will you let us go free, alive?
What's his name? Judge, make an influence check.
No, you don't have to make an influence check. There's a silent down the.
I want to whisper to the captain. Hopefully, they don't hear me. Maybe through the comms.
Some vocalize.
If it's someone to put down their guns, we don't have to worry about them. We will have me and Newman can point our guns at them so they don't make any moves.
I just want the name. I want to know it's Claude.
We want to know
With an
too.
E or not? Because if they say it's Claude,
The
without
cloud.
an E,
They say cloud. It might be cloud.
There's
Well,
sort
so
of like a period of time when you're sub-vocalizing, and one of them, a different voice, and you think it's not the first one, maybe a woman's voice says, we're coming out with our hands up. And they say, we'll throw our weapons out. And they're sort of like
fish in a barrel.
you sort
Sorry.
of like you see some 9 enough sort of like 4 9mm sort of like thrown out, and one hits the ground and actually fires at Minsk.
trick shot.
Shoot to kill. Yeah,
That's
trick
it. Now I
shots.
am.
Smart. That's smart.
Full auto's no longer a joke. Shot a captain.
These two come round to start off with. This is the one that has been injured by 2 of you. She's almost like got her arm round one of them. They're sort of like limping out, and then the next 2 come along as well. So they're out in the open. They've got their hands up, apart from the woman who's injured, who's sort of like finding it hard to stay conscious, but the other person's got their hand up, and they just sort of like say, we're unarmed.
Do these look like the ones that were tearing up the bar?
Oh, most definitely.
Definitely, right.
Yeah. The one that actually laughed at you and took your video of you and Hammond having a slap fight was the one that Newman blew his stomach out of.
Well,
Oh, wow.
Good. You don't
Right.
take videos of my friends.
not the royalties.
All right, I'm gonna get closer with my gun to one of them, pointed at him. Who hired you?
Okay, so Hammond's going to go up and do that. What about Newman and Minsk?
These are just, sorry, this is me just worked out in my head for a second. These are just kids trying to play a big role because they've got shed loads of money chucked at them and they've been told to play a role by the looks of it. And with that in mind, I'm going to speak to Purdy and say, Purdy, patch this one up or stabilize her, sorry, and I'm going to move forward as well to here.
Okay, then.
So if you stabilize the one that was shot in the leg.
Yeah, okay. And Newman, what are you going to do?
I mean, also just narrating my own mind. People are bleeding out. We might be able to save all of them, not their legs.
The 1 and 2 are definitely out for the count.
Yeah.
They're
Oh, okay.
unsavable.
Oh yeah, well yeah, if they're unsavable.
Good job.
Then I'll step out as well, but with my shotgun ready.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay then. And Hammond sort of like issues this order: who hired you, or who's your thing. And they sort of like look at each other for a while, and then one of them turns around to you, Hammond, and says, "Bill Rogers."
Bill Rogers. Do we know a Bill Rogers? Can I do a streetwise check to see if that name sounds familiar?
Yeah, so your streetwise check would tell you whether or not you recognize that person as somebody.
At least from the community of Arid.
It would still be the underground community rather than anything, but you can give it a roll.
Oh, good roll. See what happens. No, I know no one.
No,
But you know where to buy drugs.
you
Yeah.
you haven't heard of anybody called Bill
I'm
Rogers.
going to step a bit closer. My hold out pistol is still in my hand, and again, I use my daddy voice and say, "What was the name of? So what was the first name of the
Yeah,
Debek you know?"
yeah, one of them just sort of like turns around and said, "We've answered him. Why Bill Rogers?"
That's not Debek, is it?
Can I roll insight to see whether or not they're trying to deceive us here?
Yeah, you can have you roll it, and we'll see how well that does out of everybody. So
Should I do that as well? Or-
No, Newman just roll his, and then we'll take that dice roll to see whether or not the rest of you. So rather than doing a whole load of separate ones, we'll just do one roll, a bit like when we did before with the perception. And that saves us everybody rolling. So yeah, Newman, you started it off, so go for it.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, so anybody who has, if an 11 would roll for you, it was successful, you notice. So two things that you notice. The first thing, you don't think Bill Rogers is the name. You think it might be the name of a cartoon character or somebody on films or something. The second thing is, you don't think just shouting at them, "Who is it?" is going to have the effect. If you you're going to have to how can one say it?
You can get a little bit more dirty.
I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say add an incentive. But if you wish to,
Yeah, in which case, I will change a bit of tact. If you do wish to make it out of here fully cognitive and functioning, who was the Debek that hired you? Or that you know, sorry.
say again, sorry.
Who wasn't the Debek who you know?
You're asking them whether or not they know Debek?
Yes.
As in,
They've already,
Who is their friend?
Not Claude Debek. I want to know. They said they have a friend in high place, and they said Debek.
They also said he owns this mine.
He owns
yeah,
the mine.
that's
But
what they said. They haven't mentioned the word.
No, they haven't said Claude yet. They said Debek.
Yeah, because Debek or owns the mine.
Oh, right. Sorry, I thought it said Debek. As in, we have that, because it said we have.
You're going to,
Yeah,
if you want to
I'm confused.
intimidate them. Or
Can I pistol whip the one in front of me?
That's what it's.
That's
what it's going to take.
Yeah.
So.
You could
What
have
do
missed. You could have hit me.
Yeah. So it's just your unarmed combat that it'll go off.
Bummer.
Do you wish to look it? I just think.
Yeah, might as well. maybe our more powerful fighter can also hit it with the back of his.
Wading in with
They're
your
unarmed and they've surrendered. You guys know that about me. That's like they put on body armor. What am I gonna do?
Do you know what they're going to do now? They're going to see you hitting them and go, "We can take these guys."
Yeah, so,
know.
so Hammond
Very
sort of
much so.
like whips out with his pistol and miscalculates the distance and just sort of like whizzes past their this one's face, and he sort of says, "Good," like this as this pistol just sort of like scrapes past his face, doing no damage to him.
Okay, I'm going to change tact here. After, if you wish to live, tell us everything. Why are you here?
Okay,
all up in
so
this-
what they say to you is that Bill Rogers hired them from Arid to come out here and to sabotage the mine. They also said that Bill Rogers had a young girl and to bring her out to the mine and lock her up. And they point to the tunnel. And then they say, can we take our bikes or not?
No. And why were you?
Because they're broken.
Yeah. Why were you terrorizing
Yeah,
the
so
dry gypsy?
they've sort of, I mean, they sort of like say for a laugh.
All right.
If
They laugh,
Uh,
they giggle. Do they giggle when they say this?
No.
Said for a laugh.
Do you know what I'm going to say back to them? If you hadn't have done that, we wouldn't have known about you.
Yeah, and they sort of like say, we won't do it again. Honest, sir, we won't do it again.
No, because we
That's not the
expect you to
option.
be off this planet
Yeah.
in the next 24 hours.
They
If we see you around, if we see your faces around, you are dead.
Yeah, and they sort of like back out of the tunnel, sort of like saying thank you, etc. And very, very sort of like, oh, so kind of you, so da, da, da. And they head up the corridor, and you can see the lights coming on as they go up. Yeah,
Go up, up
Well, the exit.
yeah.
up this way or up towards surface.
Up
Exit,
towards the
Yeah.
surface. Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, so you've got 3 areas that you can explore. Plus, you've got this metal door that you can hear. It sounds as if somebody is banging their feet against it.
The girl.
I say we clear everything out first before we deal with this
yeah.
door.
I totally agree.
Okay,
Maybe give some words of niceness, Captain, so that whoever's in there will wait 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So
I will. I'll walk over to the door and I'll say, just stay in there. We're here to rescue you. We just want to make sure everywhere else is safe before we let you out.
Okay, so I'm not showing you what's behind here.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Shog off.
So, but you should be able to see the rest of the areas now, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So up here seems to be some kind of bunk area, some place for them to sleep. There seems to be some quite expensive sleeping bags and clothes, etc. This part here, this double one here, this one seems to be some kind of cooking area to do food, and this area here is a whole load of storage, food, etc. for the kitchen. And then finally back here, this final bit of the cave complex, it's not that full, but there's more crates to do with Debec ore in there. There appear to be some kind of electronics. There seems to be a lot of boards, Hammond, and motherboards and CPUs.
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty here to set up. some kind of computer setup here. But yeah, they look rather new and exciting. Yeah, so that's the rest of the tunnel complex. And then you've got this door here where you are, Minsk.
Yeah.
My train of thought at the moment is that we want to get as much out of this place before. So I want those bikes. We are going to let this girl out, but I don't want to let this girl out. She go all crazy and then us not be able to recover the bikes. So maybe if Hammond, if you can go back and fix what you did with the bikes, maybe tether them together.
We'll just take one with us. We can come back later for the rest.
Well, my worry is once we're out, we're out.
Yeah, but
Each bike will carry 2 people.
yeah, I don't think they can tether together and us just go off.
Correct.
Yeah, but I'll take one at least.
Okay.
Unless I was just thinking, if they were tethered together and somebody takes a corner quick, the outward
You'll
momentum.
spring out. Yes.
It'd be just like putting Purdy into a slingshot.
Yes, the way she goes.
So Hammond, just roll your mechanical skill first.
Shoot.
Yeah, you didn't. When you actually look at them, you didn't actually damage them at all. You disconnected something like the back
Indicator.
yeah, or the mirror or something like that. So you
that was the mirror. That wasn't the wire.
yeah. So you can bring all 4 bikes down over the time if you wish. That's not a problem.
But
Sorry?
I don't know. It really depends on. Obviously, we have our own speeder. Unless Newman also wants to take one, it's up to him.
I like riding shotgun.
Yeah, it's more for money purposes more than anything else. Because these idiots were giving these bikes for nothing.
Yeah,
just to do a job. Yeah,
it'd be nice if before we tell of our success, we can, I don't know, rent a truck.
Well, what I was thinking about doing was getting rid of all the electrical stuff as well for you.
Yeah, we'll rent a truck, grab the stuff, say, oh, they stole the stuff, but we got them out of there. I don't know.
But
just
anyway,
saying.
Let's go through this lock with this laser torch.
Yeah,
maybe have this conversation like in your private little comms channel where you don't include Newman because stealing.
Yeah.
This is part of the job. It's not stealing, guys.
Disgusting. We are borrowing for a very long time. We're rescuing, yes.
Yeah, we're rescuing.
Okay, so do you have like a laser torches?
Yeah, I have a plasma torch.
Yeah.
Okay then, so you quite, after you've spent some time getting the speeders down here and sorting that out and discussing your plan, you get round to welding, melting off the lock. And you get the padlock off, and you've been going through it for several minutes to make sure that it's off. And Purdy sat there and she sort of like says, I'm surprised none of them had a key for that. And she sort of like do the last little bit.
Last bit, yeah.
And then, so you can roll it up.
Their pocket's too bloody anyways. What am I rolling?
No, you can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Newman's the one that'll just lift it up. Big metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you lift it up, and I would like you all, please, to make a hard willpower check.
Do you know, I knew that was going to happen.
I am screwed.
Damn it.
I am majorly screwed.
Oh,
I
you know
am
what?
gonna fall in love.
I want to
Yep.
use a point of luck to reroll just in case. It's better.
34. What's my willpower?
It's not though.
41.
Ah, we all like.
Wait,
it's
I
like,
the
oh
same
my
roll.
gosh, she's so
I-
pretty.
I'm going to
Rolls
use a
were
point of luck to
56.
reverse mine, please.
Okay, then. So who's succeeding? So Minsk will succeed, and that's it. I think. Yeah, only
Yeah.
Minsk succeeding. Let me just roll Purdy's. I don't have to roll it, but just so let's see what happens. Okay, so Newman, as you lift up the corrugated part, you
See a bunch of cars.
Sorry, not my fun.
you lift it up and you see behind the door as it comes up just real close to you the ward. It's definitely the ward. However, she doesn't have her gag on. But just for a split second, you see some trays that looks like there being food on. And as you lift it up, she turns to you all, opens her mouth and screams. And
If you two could play another character, what would you play?
so as she screams out, it hits your minds, your brains just go numb as she screams. It's a piercing sound that goes through your ears, and you sort of like stagger back. Hammond and Newman, roll please your acrobatics.
That's a professional skill.
Oh, sorry, athletics then.
Yeah,
Okay,
I have to roll in
that's-
athletics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can roll acrobatics if you got it and it's higher.
It would be funny if I did. I don't know.
I would like to use my
15.
final point to
Something.
reverse.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
So
Hey.
even though you stagger back, you manage to keep hold of your weapons, but as we start again next time, because it's 10 o'clock just gone, for the next 2 rounds, so not 2 turns, 2 rounds, anybody who failed their roll are out of action. You are completely stunned and your head is reeling like anything. So when we come back next time, Purdy's unaffected by it.
That's
She's
it.
bringing
One-man
us.
band on the road.
So I think we'll start next time with Minsk stood in front of this.
This
You're the
open
talker.
door, this lady.
Yeah.
This-
Yeah. Tell
Yes.
her we're nice. Tell
Yes.
her we're
Oh no,
nice.
she's a kid. Wasn't she about
Wait.
14 or something? Wasn't she?
12 she looks about.
12. That's it. Yes. She's an annoying teenager.
And
Almost.
you as you look in, she's got long black hair that is all dirty and straggling, and she looks like she hasn't cleaned.
Does she walk over to the entrance like this?
No, she does. She screams and she sees you still there, and she just looks you straight in the eye.
Hello, little lady.
And we will leave it there and pick it up next week. So
Ooh.
remember,
Great.
Hammond and Newman, you're out for 2 rounds, and
Noted that.
But
my
they'll
notes.
be back.
so that's like 4 turns that we'll have with Minsk and this demon lady.
I'll kite her
Or
for
you
a
can just
bit.
knock her out and then she shuts up a bit.
Yeah.
That's fine.
We're trying
That's
to
fine.
rescue her.
Little
What? No,
girl.
I'm not
She
going to mow
needs
her down with my
she needs to
shotgun.
worry out a bit.
Girl.
Oh, just
Girl.
give her
She's the
some
reason
chamomile.
she's the reason we came here shooting people because they were abusing her.
Yeah.
You know, a
She's
12-year-old
gonna
girl.
kill me. I don't know. Okay.
It's fine. You've got drones to play.
Not much use if I.
So
You
next
can taser.
next
Yeah.
week,
Okay, no.
Minsk, it's down to you.
And
Okay.
if Cap dies, you can play Birdie.
If what? Sorry.
If Cap dies, you can play Birdie.
Yeah.
Birdie, sorry.
I'm sorry,
You'll be all
Master
right.
Minsk.
You'll be all right. Okay, if you're watching the stream, thank you so much for coming along and supporting us tonight. A nice combat at the end, a nice interrogation. I was really pleased that the party let them go after giving them information. I'm really glad, Newman, that you didn't start increasing your body count. Just by...
I'm executioner.
Yeah,
I'm the law.
exactly.
Yeah.
Two's good enough.
He is Charles Bronson.
Yeah, and yeah, we'll be back next time to see whether or not Minsk, with all his flourish language and his dulcet tones, can he actually calm and avoid having his head blown up by the young girl. If you'd like to see what
Get out of my mind.
oh yes, I love that. That's June, isn't it? You know, then yeah, come back next time and we say it. Darth says exciting stuff, and then says thanks for the adventure. Justin Ludlow says thanks, Sky, enjoyed as always. And Darth's parting words were, Newman is the law, and all shall answer him. You know?
Here's the law.
Excellent.
Is the law?
Okay, please remember that if you've enjoyed the game, then you can have a sub on here or go across to Patreon and support us on there. Remember, the sub target for this month is going to Roll20 subscription and Zoom. Last month went on this lovely book.
Look at that bad boy. Oh.
Have you got your...
No, I was going to buy it, and then you said, oh, don't buy it. Don't read it. If you buy it, don't read it.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm going to buy it then.
But if you do want to buy, Eon Games is your best bet. There's 20% off at the moment.
Yeah.
So, but can I say, it's such a lovely book. The quality of it is...
Does it smell nice? Does it smell nice?
No, it does.
Oh!
And it comes with a free PDF as well. But I didn't realise the system was that much. You know,
it's a big book.
It's quite, and some of the
if you remember the character creation thing with like, it was like 100 different variations of things.
Yeah, and really good, really. What I really like the pictures, because they're sort of like, I don't know if you can see that one. They're good, sort of like black and white cartoon like
comic book.
Rather than big. But
good old original ink drawings.
It really is nice. So yeah, and we'll be playing at least one game of that in the future. Okay, hope you've enjoyed tonight. Thank you so much for coming along. And in the end, it's goodbye from me, goodbye, and it's goodbye from them.
Break to the chopper! My man, Jesus! To the chopper now! Do it now! Leave! What's us? Leave now!
If she bleeds.